Dikaladi Anavachinna Ananta Chinmatra Murtaye Svanubhuti Ekamanaya Nama Shantaya Tejase. I salute the Supreme Brahman, the one who is beyond all qualities, who is tranquil and beyond all limitations, who is the embodiment of infinite consciousness and can be known only through one's own experience. Friends, we were reading from the Yoga Vasistha Sara, and in our last conversation, the concept of emptiness and non-emptiness, that was the discussion, and we are continuing with that. The Guru Vasistha, he was telling a story of a king of Himalaya whose name was Suroghu. This Suroghu, he wanted to know about this Atman. So he was discussing about this, the knowledge of truth. That is the fire that burns up all hopes and desires. Now, what is the bondage and what is liberation? And why it is necessary for us to know that? That is the main thing. Now, in our life, we always find that we are pursuing for happiness. Again and again, in our different way, we try to get that happiness. When we are children, we are happy when we get some candies, some toys, some game materials, but we want to be happy. When the father is at home, the children are happy. The mother is showing the love, children are happy. It is all happiness. Then we grow up, our target changes, but we pursue for the happiness. So all through our life, we try to be happy. We don't know how to be happy. And when we are happy with something, after some days, again that message that goes away, and we are unhappy again. So it goes on and on. After this experience, then we try to understand, is there anything from which we can get eternal happiness? So pursuit for eternal happiness is what is called religion. The religion is nothing but to know a process through which we can understand how to get eternal happiness. Now, Hinduism has developed main two paths. One, duality, non-duality. In reality, it is non-duality, but duality is introduced so that it becomes easy for us to understand. So we can understand that, we can pursue through that. This is the whole of religion. Other religions, mostly duality. They never talk about non-duality. But their approaches are non-duality. The God is one, and God, except God, there is nothing. That is the non-duality. But when they are practicing, this duality. The God is separate, I am separate, I have to get the blessings of God, I have to do something so that God will be happy with me. So these are the, you see, any religion, these are the very simple thing. The first, why God? Why to realize God? Why religion? Happiness, permanent, eternal happiness. And that happiness, when we like to enjoy, we like eternal life. So obviously, along with that happiness, eternal existence. So someone gave me a lot of things which I really like, and I am going to be happy, but next day I am going to die. So it won't help me. So obviously these two go again. So happiness, eternal happiness, which is again they mention as bliss. Along with that, eternal life. So it's called existence. And to enjoy that, we need knowledge. Without the knowledge, we won't be able to understand, we won't be able to enjoy that. So knowledge is also. The three things: eternal knowledge, eternal existence, eternal happiness or bliss. Sat Chit Ananda. So they termed as, in the Sanskrit, Sat Chit Ananda. These are the only three things. Now, how to reach that? Now, this moment, we are following the path of knowledge. What is the path of knowledge? All these things that we see all around, including our body and mind, I myself, when I say I, Swami Ishatmananda, there is a question. Whether Ishatmananda was there before its birth, whether Ishatmananda will be there after its death, then what is Ishatmananda? It is a temporary name only. Some people will remember Ishatmananda for a few days, that's all. So Ishatmananda cannot be eternal. Then what is that? So we go on analyzing. All these trees, are they eternal? No. So this way we are proceeding. So knowledge that burns the ignorance. What is that knowledge? Knowledge of one. What is that one? God is all pervading. And what is the ignorance? Many varieties that we see, and accordingly we react. Oh, he is my friend. My reaction, oh, hello, how are you? After a long time we are meeting, we are happy seeing the friend. Somebody whom I don't like, oh my God, again he is here. Reaction. So action, reaction, this goes on in the life. Where it goes? Physically, we are stretching our hand to shake, but in reality it is in the mind. So where the action, reaction goes? In the mind. And what is this mind? It says it is a subtle part of a personality, very subtle part of a personality, where the consciousness is reflecting. That is why it is so important. Mind is so important because consciousness is reflecting on it. If the consciousness was not there reflecting, then it is of no use. Like the body, we take so much care of the body, but consciousness is not reflecting on the body. It is there, but it is not that way reacting as the mind does. In Chicago, there is a beautiful thing that they have made, the beam. If you go, it is, I don't know what material they have made it, just like the glass, but it is not glass. And it is so, everything is reflected on that. The whole world at the back, reflecting on that. You are standing, you are also reflected. So when you are taking not selfie, you are just taking the camera, the photo, you are taking the photo of yourself, along with the things at your back, whatever is there, everything. How it is possible? I am taking my photo, at the same time things at my back. And when I am clicking the camera front side, it should be front. But the photos are coming from the back. That is miraculous. So that's why so many people will be going, all standing over there, all taking the photo. But what is that? That is called Maya. Vedanta will say that is Maya. You see that it is in your front, but actually it is not there. It is all imagination. Then when we understand that everything is nothing but the imagination, then what will happen? Are we always thinking about the dreams that we see or saw sometimes? No. If it is a happy dream, oh, that was a good dream. It could continue for some time. I was enjoying in the dream. If it is a bad dream, oh, it is better that I woke up. It was terrible. I am not associated with the dream. Then the question is, the rishis, they are asking, why then you are associated with this world? This is also a dream, and nothing but dream. Whatever you see are changing, like the dream. And when you will die, there will be no dream at all. There will be no world at all. When you go into deep sleep, there is no world at all. Every day we are experiencing, there is no world at all in my deep sleep. Then why I am so much attached to this world? This is the question. From here, on this question, based on this question, the journey towards the realization of Brahman begins. When I am in deep sleep, world doesn't exist. When I wake up, again the world is there. Again I go to sleep, there is no world. It goes on like this. If in the sleep, the dream that I see, I am not attached to that. Why not in the waking state, in this world, same way I can behave? And that is exactly how the gurus are teaching. The Vedantin guru, the Guru Vasistha, the topmost of all them, he is teaching us, think in this way. And he was teaching Sri Ramachandra, who was hardly 13, 14 years. So Rama, as a young mind, he is asking the question again and again, and he is going on giving the reply, and at the same time some of the stories. And through the stories he is trying to explain. So we were listening to the story of the King of Himalaya. His name was Suroghu. And Suroghu, and in those days the kings, they were different type. They were ruling the country. They were courageous people, strong people, but at the same time, not that constantly planning to grab others' property, no. That was the beauty of the Indian kings in those days. They were very good rulers. The main concern, all my people who are in my country should be happy. And along with that, pursuit of knowledge. This is uniqueness. Afterwards, we lost that tradition. The kings are very intelligent people, and they can work like 10 people. The Ravana is 10 heads, and they will be painting 10 heads. It is nothing like that. He is equal to 10 people. He could think equal to 10 people. So intelligent. The kings are intelligent. Kings are courageous. And kings can really pursue things because of the tenacity. I must get it. So that is why majority of the Brahma Jnana, the knowledge, only the Kshatriyas, the military clans, they got it. So here we find that Raghu, he was thinking, my father was ruling this country, my grandfather was ruling this country, I am also ruling this country. What is going on? So what after me, my son will be there. But why then all this? What is the truth? So when they were asking for the truth, then one rishi he met and he told, you better imagine, you better concentrate on that this world is what? Changing. Then what is permanent? Your grandfather passed away, father passed away, you are also going to die. Then going on like this, what is permanent? You think. And that is Vedanta. We have already read that, discussed that. And here he is telling that I must burn all my desire. How? By knowledge. When the knowledge comes, there is no desire at all. When I know that I am a temporary guest over here, I don't desire for anything, do I? We go to a place where I am a guest. I don't think, oh, this should be like this should be like that. I don't. Maybe I am thinking but not expressing because I am a guest. Just all. And I try to be very good in behavior because I am visiting some relative's place. So that's much. So why not behave in the same way here in this world? Yesterday I was giving a talk in the Home of Harmony, and the first song that Swami Vivekananda sang before Sri Ramakrishna, the young Vivekananda, Narendranath, was this. Manachala Nija Niketane. This is a very famous song. Mostly the Indians, they know it. Oh my mind, let us go back to our own abode. And what is that own abode? Eternal existence. Now this Raghu, the king, Suraghu, and he is thinking, so that is true. This world is so temporary, I need not to bother that much. Whatever my duty as a king, I must perform. And at the same time, I must withdraw my mind so that I can burn all my desires. One after another desire, you cannot complete the desire, always there. You satisfy one desire, another desire will come. You satisfy that desire, another desire will come. You cannot stop it at all. That's why some people, they like the car. Suppose they have the money, they can stop buying one car, 2 cars, 3 cars. They will go on purchasing so many cars, they can't drive. And somehow they will hire a big place, they will keep all those cars like their showroom, and they will go and see, oh, these are all my cars, and happy. But they can't use it. And for every 1 mile, if you change one car, somehow, maybe. But people are having so many shoes, they can't put it on. So many coats and dresses, they can't use it. But desire, whenever they will see the shop, oh, it's beautiful, so let me purchase. Then they will purchase, put on for a half an hour, then next. And most of the time I have seen the people with the half pant and a t-shirt, they are spending time. But they are very rich people. And the whole summer with that. But if you go and see their wardrobe, my God, so many dresses. But they don't wear. But they are happy. I am having so many things in my wardrobe. That is called attachment. And that is ignorance. If you use it, good. But if you can't, then why so much? This is called infatuation for all these small things. And we can't forget. If you can ask, sir, you are having so many. Can you donate 5 or 6 to some people? No, I may use it. I may use it. When I go to the seashore, I use this. When I go to my friend's house, I use this. Like that he is thinking, but there is no time for all this. Friends, this is every day in our life it is happening. But we don't take care of it. And that binds. You know, after death, again you have to come back to enjoy those things. And when you are coming back, you do not know whether you will come in the human form, in the same status or not, in a different way. So the rishis say, be careful. Once you have got the human birth, once you have got the head to think, once this thought crossed your mind, that what is all these things? It's all temporary. Why should I have to be so much attached to this? That means you have already traveled a very high path, almost near to God, very close to God. Only one barrier, that is ego. Break that ego and you face to face with your Creator, the God, the Supreme, and you will see, oh my God, this is my image. I was searching my God, and God is nothing but me. It is my image. And the great joy that will come, No fear at all, because you are one. No desire at all, because all fulfilled. What remains? Only joy, only happiness. Those who have realized the God, full of happiness, full of joy. That's why they say, happiness, anandeva khalu imani bhutani jayante. These rishis, they are telling, from ananda means the happiness, the joy. All these beings, they are born. So we are pursuing for happiness. As we started our talk with the pursuing for happiness. Why? Because our original is happiness. And that's why we try to be happy. And to become happy, we make mistake. What? We think, oh, this will make me happy, that will make me happy. When I saw this chair, I was thinking, oh, it will be very comfortable. When I sat, after 2-3 days, it was not that very comfortable. Again, something else. It goes on like that. When you see from distance, oh, this is so wonderful. Majority of the people will be spending so much of money to have a condo facing the sea and all this water body like this. Like in the Chicago, the Michigan Lake. Ask them how many times they are looking at the Michigan Lake. 5 minutes, not even that. In the beginning, they will be looking, oh, beautiful. After 2-3 days, they won't look at that. They will be looking at the movie and the computer and all these things. They won't look at that sea. I lived by the side of a sea in Andaman for 8 years. In the beginning, I was really so much. Every day immediately after the sleep, I will go and see a beautiful sea. Whole day I will be looking at different color. Then after 6 months or so, I never looked at those things because it becomes just normal. But we spend so much of money only to have that type of condo. And we think we'll be very happy. All imagination. All imagination. In a small room, you can be happy if your mind is happy. It is not the external thing. So Guru Vasistha is telling, burn everything, all desires. It was a great, I think it is the words of the Jesus. So he says, burn the boat at your back and follow me. When he was asking very ordinary people, fishermen, and he transformed those fishermen as the apostles, ordinary fishermen. That is the power of religion. Burn the boat at your back and follow me. What is that burning the boat? Keep no desire. And when a person is tying the boat and then following, and he will think, if I am not successful, then I can come back and use the boat again. So when you become a monastic, a monk or a nun, burn the boat at your back. Keep no desire, nothing. Then only it will be successful, otherwise not. So pursuing for the God realization means no bondage at the back, no desire at the back. The Guru Vasistha said, when the pure heart contemplates the infinite consciousness, which is the source of all bliss and which is within easy reach of all, it rests in Supreme Self. The Guru Vasistha, for him, it is so easy for everyone. He says it is easy for everyone to reach. Where? To the infinite consciousness. So suppose someone, they are very good in mathematics. For them, mathematics is just a game, just a play. And anything that comes immediately, they're so happy. Because they know it. But for others, if you ask, suppose you minus 2 from 7, how much the child was there? When you are asking him, that what is the minus? Suppose 2 minus from the 7. He was looking at the elder brother. What is that? She was thoroughly confused. So it goes on because that time it is so really, really difficult. So when sometimes some people are coming and asking us that these are the problems, most of the time the monks can't feel that the bondage. What is there? It is just think that it is not there, but it is not so. It is not that easy. because mind get attached. It is so difficult. The Guru Vasistha is telling, this is nothing, it's the contemplating on the consciousness, and it is easy, everyone can do it, and when they can do it, they will rest in Supreme Self. That means Brahman. The Self, S capital, and the Supreme Self, Parama Brahma, these are the words, the terminology they use. The Brahman, the Self, the Atman are the same. That means consciousness all pervading. O Rama, said the Vasistha, rescue your Jiva, Jiva Atma, that means yourself, from the dreadful mire of worldliness. What is this worldliness? Desire for this world. And why the desire? Thinking this world is permanent. That is the desire. Really, if we just turn the pages of the history, you will find all great kings they came and they built the difficult things in different way, and they thought that is going to be permanent and he is going to enjoy. His family will be ruling the whole world by that way. Nothing happened. But still anyone coming to that position thinking in the same way. Same way they will be purchasing property after property, and not properly they will be purchasing. They will be a different way. But what they are going to do? Just take the account of all the rich people. Same history everywhere. Why desire? When one house is sufficient, when you travel somewhere, there are beautiful hotels are there. Go and stay in the hotels. No, I need a house over that city also, in that country also, that resort also, everywhere I need. Then to maintain that, I need people, office. And to maintain that, I need money. And like that, it goes on and on and on. Then ultimately, they can't count how many people are working for them, where are the resources. But they are very happy and very proud. You know why? Thinking, I have so many things. As we have a map over here, how many centers we are Ramakrishna missions are having in the world, or that is not complete though. So, but when we see so many places, Ramakrishna mission centers are there. Similarly, a rich man, he will be having all the, I am having so many property in all these countries, in all these places. He can't visit even. And when he die, he will be dying somewhere that much. But still he will be thinking. So where we are bound, not physically, it is in the mind. It is in our thought. So he is asking, O Rama, rescue. It is not saving. Rescue yourself. When the rescue means you are in trouble. So you have to help yourself to come out of that. Rescue yourself, your jiva. Jiva means jivatma, from the dreadful mire of worldliness. Worldliness is desire. Desire to enjoy this world, thinking that this is permanent. O Rama, the company of holy sages will provide you with the knowledge to attain the Supreme Self, Paramatma. Right from the Vasistha, Guru Vasistha is a very ancient sage, and he is considered as one of the greatest in this knowledge, Guru Vasistha. And he said, if you go to the holy people, then only you will get the guidance. Who are the holy people? Holiness means those who have understood the folly, the temporariness of this world, and have withdrawn their mind from that. They are holy. How you will know? They will have no desire at all, no selfishness at all. How you will judge a person whether he is holy or not? No desire, no selfishness, only love. And that love to help you from all different problems. So that is called holy person. And there will be no the segregation. Oh, these are my people they belong to my thought, my philosophy, my religion, my language, my country. No. They love each and everyone, anywhere. Anyone suffering, they will pray for them. That is the holiness. So sometimes we think the holiness means we have to bathe, we have to take the holy water, we have to perform these, that. Hindus have so many ways to show that they are holy. It is not necessary. They'll be painting on the forehead, they'll be touching on these here, different type of marks. So to show that they are holy, it is not necessary. The holiness means no desire for the worldly objects, that's all. Then he says, go to the holy people. O Rama, the very moment one looks upon the body as an inert substance, one attains self-knowledge. This is Guru Vasistha. He is teaching his disciple Sri Rama. If you can understand this body is inert, the moment you think in that way, Raman Maharshi practiced that. It's very difficult. Raman Maharshi used to go and lie in the caves and allow the ants to come and bite him. Thousands of ants will come and crawl on his body, biting, and he'll be thinking, I am a dead the body, and the ants are eating. Leaving, he is lying down, and he is thinking that I am a dead body, and I don't have any feeling. When the ants are biting, let them bite. Thousands of ants biting, and he is quietly. So that is also a type of spiritual practice. Sometimes I tell people when they ask, can you please teach me meditation? The simple meditation is lie down on your bed, and before that go and stand before a mirror, see yourself, and then go and lie on your back. Imagine that you have come out from your body, and standing by the side of the bed and looking at you. If you can imagine that, it's a great meditation. Because you are separating this body and the soul, the mind, while alive. That is a great meditation. The mostly people, what they do, they see it and then they think, and there are different processes. But just lying down and thinking that this body is lying over here and this is me, and you can see your face. Most of the time you won't be able to imagine your own face. You won't be able to imagine, see your limbs. How are the legs? How are the hands? We don't know. But we are so careful about our body. No, we can't. So that is why if you can separate yourself from the body, that's a great meditation. And by that way, you can see, oh, this is the body. Oh, that I was thinking is a great, and I spent so everything for this body. And slowly you will feel that you and the body are separate. And that is a great realization. As Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gives the example, when the coconut, those who have seen the coconut, the green coconut, it is attached with the outer skin, outer shell, you can say. And the dry coconut, it is inside the shell, hard shell. But inside, it is completely separate. So if you do like this, you can hear the sound. It is completely separate. And those people, they understand this is a very ripe coconut, and they will use for different purposes, mainly for the oil, coconut oil, from the dry coconut. So self and the body should be separated like that. I am using the body, I am not leaving, I am leaving, using the body, but my self is completely different from this body, just like the dry coconut. And that is called meditation. That is called the path of knowledge. Completely separate from. And then what will happen? Whatever is happening on the outer self, that is the body, I am not attached to that. I am not affected by that. But I am behaving as if I am that. So the coconut, the dry coconut is very good example. O Rama, saying that Guru Vasistha, so long as one does not subdue the mind with the mind, one cannot attain self-knowledge, Atma-jnana. Subdue the mind with the mind. The Guru cannot help. The scripture cannot help. No one can help except my own mind. So, in the Vaishnava, they always say, Guru, Krishna, Vaishnava, Tine Hridaya Holo. Guru, the preceptor, Krishna, the God, Vaishnava, the holy people. The three are blessing you, all the three. Akir Daya Bine Jeev, in Bengali I am using the language. Akir Daya Bine, without the compassion of one or cooperation of one, Chare Khere Galo. That means he destroyed. Who is that one? Myself. Who is the self? Now the teacher, the school and the book, all are there. All are trying to help the student. But the student are not at all attentive to take the knowledge. Then what will happen? Same way. You have to help yourself. That's why he is telling, help yourself from the mire of these worldliness. I will help you, Rama. No, he is not telling that. No one can help. No one can help. So this is the way we have to understand. So long as one does not subdue the mind with the mind, one cannot attain. Urdharet Atmana Atmanam, the very famous sloka of the Bhagavad Gita and also Upanishad. Help your mind with your mind. Urdharet. Urdharet means help your mind. And how? With your mind. So there are two types of minds are there. The one will always drag you to the worldly things. Another always help you to go to the higher things. So same person, he is going to the pub and drinking and fighting and all that. Same person sometimes go to a quiet place and meditating. Same person. Why? Two different type of thoughts crossing in the mind. When he is sober, he is gentle, he is thinking, oh my God, why I am spending my time like this? Let me go and meditate. You will go and mind is acting upward. And then in the evening, why I am meditating all the time, nothing, let me go to pub. Again you will go over there. So like this it goes on. The Hindus, they say, the Deva and Ashura, they are pulling each other. Both in the mind, it is not external. Nothing is outside. In the Hinduism, all symbolic. They will give you a beautiful story and one wonderful story, fascinating story. Then the two brothers, they will say brothers. The one is the Deva, the good people. Another, the Asura, bad. So both are of the same parentage, but they are different. And what they will do? They will always pull each other. And how? Asuras means all bad thoughts. What are the bad thoughts? That is associated with this body. That is called bad thoughts. So sometimes some parents, they come and they weep, and bitterly they weep for their children. Why? Because of either son or the daughter, and this narcotics, terrible, a bad habit they are. So many times. They are selling out their properties to save that child. Now the mother has come almost on the street. She is not having anything now. But so much of love for that son, that what I am going to do surviving if my son is suffering. But why the son? Very good boy. If you look at the picture of the boy, it's so smart, so good, young man. Somehow bad habit, somehow it has come. He cannot come out of it. Rehab, people are going in the rehab. They are helping. After coming out, again the same process. You have to help your mind and no one can help you. You have to tell all the time. Then sometimes some of our teachers used to tell, any bad thought crossing your mind, slap your own face. Not before others, then people will think you're mad. This is a type of practices that you have to do. Alone, you must slap your face. Make it great after slapping your own face. So why this thought should come? That's why you will find in the Muslims, they punish themselves. And the Christianity is also there. If the bad thoughts are crossing the mind or something wrong that they have done, they'll be punishing themselves by beating with the canes. Why punishing? Punishing the body. Because the physical pain, then the mind will be detached from that thought, that type of actions. So this is called spiritual practice. It is not so easy. You have to fight with your own mind. There is no medicine. There is no other external help. It is only the knowledge that if I do this, I am going to suffer. Not in only this life, I am going to suffer next and next and next life. Whether you believe it or not, Hindus and Buddhists, they declare that next births are there. Other religions or philosophies, they don't accept. But it doesn't matter. You won't be able to answer many questions if you are not accepting the rebirth theory. And why the rebirth? Because of the karma, because of the action. And what is the action? Not only physically, mentally also. And also the words. So one must be very, very careful. So this is the way he is telling, Rama, you must fight with your own mind. And how to practice this Atma-jnana? Every time you have to. It is not duality. It is non-dual practice. And how the non-dual practice one can, duality is so easy. I saw one lady came over here and she was weeping so bitterly. I was passing through this, then I stopped and went to that way, not to disturb her. Because she was praying to the Thakur and I don't know whatever, she was praying so happily. And one American boy, and he came and he was lying down over here, putting the legs towards Thakur and he was lying. Usually we don't do that. So I came to him, hey, what you are doing, young man? I am taking energy from that holy person. And then I told, energy comes to the brain, not to the feet. Turn like this way. Oh yes, that's correct. Then he turned and lied down. So, different way they are thinking, but they have that faith. There is God and God can help me. So he was lying down, so receiving energy from the God and then he will go. That lady was crying because unburdening her heart. So these are the faith. But when we are following the path of knowledge, no one is there before you except you. So that's why it is so difficult. And it says, Aham eva param brahma. I am that supreme Brahman. Vasudeva akhyam abhayam. And my name is Vasudeva. Akhyam means they declare, they say, it is known as Vasudeva. Abhayam, I am eternal. Iti syat nishchita. And I am determined, I am confirmed that I am that, mukta. Then you are liberated. If not, baddha eva annatha naraha. And if it is not, then you are baddha. Friends, again, let me remind you, this is the path of knowledge that we are discussing. And some people, those who are practicing duality, those who are worshipping Vasudeva, the Krishna, Vasudeva, the Vishnu, and they will be thinking, oh my God, they are saying, I am Vasudeva. It is blasphemous. They will be angry. But Hinduism is very vast. A different way you can reach to the same God. So this is also a valid path. And they say this is the best way, if you can. It needs a strong mind. The soft mind can't do it. Very strong mind. Swami Vivekananda introduced Vedanta in America and Europe, not in India. Though the India is the base of Vedanta, but the ordinary people under the subjugation of the kings and the rulers for hundreds and hundreds of years, they lost that self-confidence. And America, the new country, self-confident. Even a small little girl. I went to a museum, a little girl was trying to do something. Then I noticed that there is a small, it is almost hidden, the switch is there. If you can touch that, immediately you can see the light on the fish's eyes. The fish is, somehow that is there. And she was trying to find that light. She read that and she was trying to find that particular key. Then I noticed it and told, can I help you? No, I am trying to find it. I appreciated that. Little girl, but so much self-confident. I must do it. Why you are going to help me? And these people are really good for Vedanta. Why? I am going to blame myself. I am going to appreciate myself. I am not going to depend on God even. Strong mind is necessary. And here he says, Ahameva param brahma. I am that supreme self, supreme Brahman. And people call me as Vasudeva. And this, if you can constantly tell yourself and get the self-confidence, I am so, then you are mukta. You are liberated. Whether people are praising you or not, blaming you or not, and helping you or not, you don't bother at all. Because you know, I am that. And in that, the people become so happy. I have seen one Swami in the Vellore Math, so happy all the time. And never bother what is happening. But he will inquire, hey, where from you have come? Swamiji, I am in Chicago. Acha, how are their devotees? How many devotees attending? These, that. All the information he will take, that much. He is not attached to anything. He will be sitting, those who have visited Vellore Math, you know that Mother's small temple is there, and he will be sitting on that, looking at the Ganga, he will be constantly thinking. And if you can, of course you won't talk about that, and if you can somehow pursue the Swamiji, what is this Vedanta and all that, then he will touch like this. He say, you are that. What is there in the temple? He is sitting on the temple. He is sitting on the veranda of the temple, and he will put the finger and say, what is there in the temple? It is you. You are that God. This God in the temple, it is you. And majority of the people will avoid him. Oh my God, he is telling that I am that. I am going to pay respect to the mother, and he is telling I am that. So this is really wonderful, different type of, that is called Hinduism. So many varieties of ways. Not that you have to put the same quote, different ways. And these people are very strong-minded people, never depend on anyone, and naturally, all these worldly things, they don't care at all. And iti syat nischita mukto. Mukta means liberated. And when nischita, when you are confirmed that I am that, what is this Vasudeva? Vas, what the word Vas means to cover. Vas means to cover, and Deva means the eternity or the divine. So Vasudeva means that which is all pervading, all covering. So this is Hinduism. The Vasudeva again, it is Krishna. Vasudeva again, it is Vishnu. And Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, all this, the Hindus will be, they're so emotional when they think about that. They are getting an idea, this is the image. But what actually it is in reality? All pervading. Why didn't these two? At the same time, one which is all pervading cannot have any form. How it is possible to have a form which is all pervading? Form means to help us. Without name and form, we cannot imagine anything. We cannot imagine anything. The different religious groups, they used to come in Andaman. When they came, the one gentleman, I requested the gentleman, can you please tell me, I am not mentioning the religion particularly, I just mentioned, can you please tell me how you meditate? Because they don't believe in the images. So how you meditate, in all pervasiveness, how you meditate? When you are meditating, praying, when you are closing your eyes, how you think? So he was hesitant to think. Then afterwards he said, I am practicing last 30 years. I am thoroughly confused. I don't know how to concentrate the mind. So most of the time we see something on the wall. In the front there is only one white wall, nothing is there. So facing that wall they are meditating. So I just go on looking at the wall, and 15-20 minutes and half an hour, then I get up. Last 30 years, I don't know on which I am concentrating. But please don't disclose it to others. I don't know, I am not. But the thing is, are you satisfied? He said, no. But I don't have any other option. So this is the reason the Hindus, they gave the option. If you can think that you are the Vasudeva, no problem. And if you think that the all-pervasiveness, no problem. You are welcome. So Vasudeva, the meaning of the word, all-pervasive. At the same time, they have given a form for those people who cannot imagine the all-pervasiveness. So when we try to imagine the all-pervasiveness, mostly we think about the ocean. But ocean has a form. Ocean has the waves. And we can imagine that ocean. We try to think the sky, but the sky that we see has a form. So obviously, wherever you go, there is a form. So that is the reason they always say, it is better to have this form. And you concentrate on that, and then you go beyond to that. So this is the way we have to practice. And Guru Vasistha is asking Sri Rama, there is the positive way and negative way. Positive way, I am that supreme Brahman, all pervading. People call me Vasudeva. That is the positive way. And negative way, they say, the same Guru teaching the same student, Neti, Netiti, Netiti. Sheshitam yat param padam. Not this, not this, not this. Na iti, neti. Na means not, iti, this. Not this, not this, not this. This is not Brahman, this is not Brahman, this is not Brahman. When you are going on thinking in that way, then ultimately a time will come where you cannot deny that. And that is called Atman. There's a beautiful story. Then one young student, he came to his father. Father was the teacher. The teacher, father, can you please tell me where is Atman? And tell me in such a way as you always tell that is a cow, that is a horse, that way. Don't say all pervading, not like that. Tell me exactly what is that Atman you are teaching us. Then he said, there is a fig tree. Can you bring a fig from there? Then he brought the fig. Can you please break it? He broke it. And there are small seeds inside that. Fig is little. Inside, hundreds of small seeds are there. So take out one seed carefully. He took it out. Break it. He broke it. Then he said, what is that inside? Nothing. But that is something. When you cannot see anything into that tiny little seed, but that seed is having the full tree. If you plant, again from that tiny little seed, and it will come up, the huge tree. That is called Neti, not this, not this, not this, not this. When you go, this tree, no, not this. The fig, not this. The little tiny seed, not this. And ultimately you cannot say not this. There is something. Here, the Buddhism, a part of Buddhism, school of Buddhism, and the Hinduism, the Vedanta differ. They say there is nothing. And the Vedanta say there is something. Otherwise, how things will come out? So this is the nothing. That means it is that. Neti, neti, neti. Sheshitam. Sheshitam at the when the left over, something which you cannot deny, yet that is Parampadam. That is the ultimate. Nirakartam ashakkatvat. Tad ashmi iti sukhi bhava. You become happy after understanding, realizing that. So when you have broken the fig, took out very carefully one little tiny seed, then that also you broke, and you see substance is there, but I can't find it out. Similarly, the Atman, when you look at this body, no, it is not. Mind, no, it is not. And all other things, no, it is not. The earth, the sky, the water, the fire, the air, no, it is not. Then you go on, no, 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 no. And why you say no? It is all temporary. I want permanent. What we are searching? Something which is permanent, never changes. So that's such, just like the scientist, they have a goal to find out, and they go on testing in that. Not all the scientists are doing the same way. They fix up a goal. This is the way I'm going to reach over here, and they will take different paths, different courses, different ways they will test, and then they will find out. Here, the spiritual scientist is going on searching for Atman. And what is that Atman? All-pervading consciousness, and never changes, eternal. So that is our object. It goes on experimenting the sky, the these and these and these, ultimately comes to something which is not as if, but it is there. That is called consciousness. And this consciousness all-pervading. Now this, he will be telling Ramachandra next day. Again the Ramachandra will be asking a question. So he asked a question, what is this conditioning? When the mind becomes conditioned, we see like this. When the mother told me, this is your brother, I start looking at that particular boy as my brother. Conditioning. I was not knowing that he is my brother. Mother told, so this is your father. I started thinking my father. This is your auntie. Conditioning. So all these ways, the whole world, because of that condition. So Rama is asking why this conditioning and how it is binding first. Second, how to get liberation out of it. So next day we will discuss on that. So thank you, friends.
Devashish is asking, can you please explain in brief the two concepts which is samsara and moksha as given in the Upanishad?
Samsara and moksha. As actually it should be termed as baddha and moksha. Of course, samsara is the cause of bondage, but it should be bondage and liberation. Baddha and moksha. And samsara means that which is constantly changing. The Sanskrit word sam, completely, sara is going away, so samsara, constantly changing. That is called samsara. Whatever we think, see, everything is going on changing. That is called samsara. Now, if we think that constant changing thing as permanent, and put our mind into that, and try to find out joy out of that, sometimes we will get joy, but most of the time we will suffer. And that is called bondage. Along with that, as the Hindus they believe, it doesn't end in one life. It goes on life after life. So this is terrible. So this is called bondage. Liberation, exactly opposite to that. When you know that this is completely temporary and we cannot get permanent joy out of it, you withdraw the mind, detach your mind out of that, that is called moksha.
The next question is, Rishikesh is asking, can you please clarify how Ramana Maharshi letting ants bite is an example in Sattvic and not Tamas?
Rishikesh is always. This is an experiment. Then when you are, this is not Sattvic or Tamasic or anything, he is practicing. I have read that this, if I can do, I can detach myself from the body. What is the problem? Association with this body. And what is this body? Made of bones, marrow, flesh, and all this. And say before 60 years, this body was not there. And after another 20 years or so, the body won't be there. So what is this body? And I say, I. If you ask the name of a little boy, the child, they don't like to say the name. Why? The name and the form are not associated. That is the reason. If you ask them, what is your name? The parents will say, tell your name, then somehow he will say. Because the name and the body are not associated. But when they grow up, they become so much associated with the name and the form. And if you misspell and mispronounce, they'll be angry. I am not this, I am this. So why association? So what is this body? An association. Now, if you disassociated this body, then what remains? Consciousness. And how to understand that? So that was an experimented practice that the Ramana Maharshi sometimes used to do. But it is not advisable for everyone to do that. It is terrible. Because this is very, very difficult. Sometimes some people, if you go to the northern part of India, the Himalaya, you will find in the chill, cold water, the monk is standing like this, inside the water, up to the neck deep water, practicing. The body has become white, but he's constantly trying to take the mind out of the body. Body is pain is there, because in the chill, the cold water, but it's still there, withdrawing the mind out of the body. It's a practice, not for all. And he will wonder sometimes, some people, they will go and they will sit up to in a Niladhara. They like to give up the body. They will go and sit into that. These are all different type of practices. And particularly the Tantra, sometimes they sit on a dead body. The dead body is always enough for us. Oh my God, it's a dead body. So we are afraid of it. They will sit on that and they will practice meditation. This is called very strong, different type of mind. And they are not afraid of all that. And not on inside. That is in a very peculiar place, all thing everywhere. The jackals are there, snakes are there, the dead bodies. Over that he is meditating, withdrawing the mind, forgetting all the fearful atmosphere. The practices. Whether you can say Shratika or Tamasika. He is practicing to know the self. Of course it is Shratika. But the practices are different, and it is really, really very different. The one great saint of the Christian tradition, and once he was walking, that was very cold winter, the evening, and he was not having food. He saw in the distance the houses. He can see inside light is there, people are enjoying food, and the white smoke is coming out. They're cozy, they're enjoying. And he was telling, I was also rich man's son. I could also enjoy much better than this life. Why I have taken this monastic life? And why I am doing this? The moment the thought crossed, oh my God, why the temptation is coming once again to go back to that life? I must punish myself. So he dug the snow and put himself inside. Then whole night he was there. And when the snow fell, only his eyes could be seen. When the villagers came in the morning, they saw him. Saint Francis of Assisi, the great saint. Then if you can call that is a tamasika, that will be wrong. He was giving his body a teaching. Now you should not be tempted to all this. Once I have taken the decision to follow the path of Lord, I will follow the path of Lord. So that is the strong mind and following the path of Lord. These are the different type of practices. Thank you. Thank you, friends. So, any other questions? Okay, let us say Shanti 3 times. You please repeat after me. Why I do always? Because difficulty comes. So we believe, it's all faith. The difficulty comes from the nature, and then from the beings around us, and then from my own body and mind. So Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. These are the 3 Shanti, peace, peace, peace. So we always pray to the Almighty God, protect me from the nature and protect me from the beings all around me, and at the same time protect me from my own self, my body and mind. Please repeat after me. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Tat Sat. Please take the lunch and then you go. All of you are invited to have the lunch.